In Aotearoa, rugby isn't just a sport, it's who we are. Every hit, every step, every try. From backyard fields to packed stadiums, this year the game delivered. We saw records fall, new stars rise, and moments that made the whole country stop and roar. Tonight we celebrate the players who electrified us, the leaders who inspired us, and the communities who keep rugby alive every single week. This is the night the best stand tall. The night we honour the ones who carried the jersey and the nation on their shoulders. Welcome to the 2025 New Zealand Rugby Awards.
Kia ora koutou, welcome and great to have you joining us tonight, and what a crew I have alongside me. The entertainer, Naitoa Koi, wonderful hat as well. The GOAT, Portia Woodman-Whitcliffe, so grateful that you are here, and the ever-present, the ultimate professional, Goldie, Jeff Wilson. You're not going anywhere and we never want you to.
I'm always here, let's be fair. Breakdown on a Sunday night, but I tell you what, I can't wait to see who the big winners are here from 2025.
Yeah, it's going to be a big one. I want to speak on behalf of the nation, though, when I say thank you, Portia. Thank you for coming out of retirement in 2025. How was your season? How did you enjoy playing your rugby this year?
Loved it. Blues, getting to play centre, something I've never been able to experience before. Absolutely love the environment there. And then heading into the World Cup, Black Ferns, enjoying the journey, playing alongside some amazing rugby players. So really grateful that I came back.
What about for you, Naitoa? I'm going to mention the Chiefs. I'm going to mention Bay of Plenty, but also All Blacks camp for you as well. Yeah,
it was a fun year. Obviously, the culture around the Chiefs and Tauranga, the Steamers, is second to none. So to be there is great. And spent a bit of time in the All Blacks camp, which was cool. I really enjoyed it, and hungry for more.
Mate, you're rocking it. You're rocking the hair. You're rocking a little bit of a beard.
Hey, I'm glad they got mentioned.
I know Portia's got a pair of boots. She's available for selection.
Is that true?
Come on, give it another crack.
Totally. I've always got those.
Always
ready.
Go, right?
We're ready to go.
They're ready.
Yes, we're ready for Northland. We did Northland Sevens last weekend, so ready to go.
Okay, well, we look forward to seeing more. Bring it on. Let's bring on the awards, and we'll recap the year that was.
Knowing that you walked off that field and knowing that you gave it everything, leaving your heart and soul out on the field for your brothers, for your team, your nation, your people. For me, it's closest to being perfect.
You want to do everything you absolutely can to work for that jersey.
Rugby's a huge part of this area, it always has been. I felt it since I was a young boy, being in the crowd, and now down here now, it's awesome.
I think the game of rugby has evolved and just getting bigger and bigger each year.
For as long as I can remember, I've always dreamt of being the greatest rugby player in the world.
Salver, can he get the bounce? A ball back in field! One of the tries of the World Cup! Carter puts the shoulder in! Unbelievable!
To become back-to-back Super Rugby O-Picking champions!
We have girls that are still working full-time jobs, so for them to come out and put effort like this, I have nothing but pride for this team and this club.
Sprinting for the corner, he's in! 2025 sees the Crusaders the champions of Super Rugby! Shield is going to go to Otago!
These are the games you sort of dream of as a young fella, but the belief in this team is just something unbelievable.
Outstanding mid-Canterbury.
I'm completely gassed. I mean, it takes everything to win one of those. That's why you play, like, there's moments like this.
A team built on grit, pride and connection. Farah Cup Premiership champions.
Stay true to what got us here. Just throw the ball around with little kids, having fun with your mates and going deep there,
Great feet. Oh, and still going.
He's going to break out from the wrong end. Great offload. Going to slide his way in. Yes, he is. Been snatched clean by Jamie Colossi. Comes up for Kyle Preston. Tupoia chasing. When Tupoia goes bang, bang. The Butterfly Cup will stay with the Organs.
Finds Georgia Miller. Offloads Laura Bayfield.
What have we just seen?
It was a grind, it was grit, it was determination from this Black Ferns side.
Mark, thank you so much for joining us one last time in 2025, but also for the last time as CEO. Before we go down memory lane, let's talk about 2025. What were your thoughts on this year?
I guess if we start at the start of the year and we look back from Super onwards, Super was an incredible year in terms of engagement, viewership with our partners in Sky, and I think broadly the competition was accepted as being one of the best, if not ever, then certainly in many, many years. So that was a brilliant start to the year. Super Rugby Aupiki is sort of developing and evolving all the time, and going into next year with a new calendar there, it's going to be really exciting. But, you know, we had amazing engagement at the NPC level and FPC level as well. So we're continuing to push new formats, new opportunities, new ideas in health and safety, new ideas in coach development. So I guess the game's evolving all the time, and I'm really proud of the work we've done in that space. And then from about, you know, the middle of the year on, we do focus in on the teams in black, and you know, it's fair to say it's a little bit mixed. You know, we would love to see the Black Ferns go further in the World Cup, and the All Blacks also were a bit mixed. There was much made of that Springbok game at Eden Park, and it was great to keep that record there. But clearly, some of the losses were disappointing as well. So the Black Ferns are incredible. They really are an amazing group. But on the men's side, clearly we've got some work to do there as well. We also had the Māori All Blacks, and their campaign was particularly memorable. I was up in Japan, again, another sold-out stadium, and then to come back and play in Whangarei in front of a sold-out crowd as well against Scotland was memorable. And then Chicago, to go back to the States, it was just an incredible week. We invested a lot of time and energy outside of the match with partners, with media, collaborations with other professional sports clubs. There was a huge amount of work that we put in there, and the feedback we got was remarkable in terms of the impact that had. Obviously great to win that game, having, you know, lost there in 2016, and sets up a great rematch sometime in the future as well, hopefully.
Let's talk about the under-85s and the schoolgirls. I mean, what did you make of their seasons?
They're both signs of evolution of the sport, aren't they? Over the last 6 years, some of the things I'm proud of, they're the sort of things that stand out. We've really evolved as a sport. The work with the 85s into Sri Lanka was incredible for anyone that's seen that footage. Seeing the growth and development of women and girls space and the amount of players we have coming through. We're still quite a small pool of players, but seeing those pathways emerge, seeing the level of investment we're putting into the women and girls, I accept it could always be more, and there'll always be feedback we get, we should be doing more, but I think we're seeing some really heartening signs in that space, and it all bodes well for the future.
When you look back on the last 6 years, what are some of your reflections?
We've been able to grow revenue, and you know, it's a really great news story off the back of COVID. You know, despite the scrutiny and a lot of speculation, a lot of noise going on at times, we made the right calls in the right situation. And I'm really proud of the way the organisation stuck together and got through some of that time.
Was there a time that you just sat there and thought, wow, this is amazing?
Definitely the Rugby World Cup in 2022, the final. You know, that was a culmination of a huge amount of work here. And even getting the tournament here was sort of against the odds. We didn't have the resources that other countries were able to throw at it. But I also say, on an everyday basis, I get to be involved with really cool things, be it receiving letters from people all around the country that, you know, have views on things. There's really great stories we receive, there's really challenging feedback we get, and it's a real position of privilege I have to be able to do the work I do with our team. The stories coming through now about how club rooms are being restored and all the good stuff that's doing for participation and community engagement is really heartening. I get just a warmer feeling as some of those things as I do some of those big pinnacle event moments.
You've been around for a long time. You've worn the black jersey. You've been an administrator and a governor. Are you now looking forward to being a fan?
Yeah, I am. I'll be a fan predominantly with my 3 kids. You know, my 2 boys play rugby. My daughter is a really, you know, active netballer, and I can't wait to be able to, you know, drop off and pick up some training and watch them every weekend or whenever they play. Yeah, I'll always keep an eye on rugby. You know, I love the game. You know, I've worn a few different jerseys as it relates to provincial rugby, but you know, Taranaki's always close to my heart.
Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it, and all the best with what's next.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks so much for everything you've done for the game, Robbo, and will continue to do. Right, let's get into our first set of awards for the evening. We've seen some really exciting fresh talent emerge across the game throughout 2025, showing us the future is in great hands. Here are your nominees for New Zealand Rugby Age Grade Player of the Year.
Age Grade Player of the Year. And the winner is Braxton Sorensen McGee. Braxton Sorensen McGee burst onto the scene in 2025 and has fast become a household name in Aotearoa. Off the back of a strong Super Rugby Aupiki season where she made a difference in big matches, she was selected into the Black Ferns for the first time and became a first-choice player over the course of the season. Still just 19 years old, her outstanding year was capped off by being announced World Rugby's Breakthrough Women's Player of the Year. Richard Crawshaw Memorial All Black Sevens Player of the Year. And the winner is Tone Ngā. Returning from injury, Tone Ngā consistently showed up for his team, dominant and physical on both sides of the ball. Combined with his speed and leading the team's turnover count, his impact was visible in every tournament throughout the season. His skill and drive are leading a new generation of All Black Sevens. Black Ferns Sevens Player of the Year. And the winner is Georgia Miller. Georgia Miller continued to show why she is the most creative and unique rugby player in the world. Everything she does sets the tone for the impressive Black Ferns Sevens team. She is consistently the spark with blistering pace and dazzling footwork. Off the back of her performance on the world circuit, she was named as World Rugby's Women's Sevens Player of the Year. Dwayne Monkley, NPC. And the winner is Josh Jacob. Josh Jacob was the orchestrator of Taranaki's attack in 2025, delivering consistent top-level performances week in, week out.
And through for the try is Josh Jacob.
He ranked 5th in clean breaks with 14 across the season and finished as the competition's second highest point scorer with 133.
He's got another one.
His rich vein of form was rewarded with selection in the All Blacks 15, where he featured in all 3 tour matches. Fia'o Fa'omosili, FPC. And the winner is Taufa Basin. Taufa Basin backed up an impressive Super Rugby Aupiki campaign with a dominant Wharapama Cup season for the Auckland Storm. She continued to shine with her powerful running game, leading the competition in metres gained. Basin was also a standout across several other key areas, commanding the game in offloads, defenders beaten, carries and clean breaks. Ian Kirkpatrick, Heartland. And the winner is Keanu Taumata. Keanu Taumata was immense for the Poverty Bay side in 2025 and a pivotal figure in their resurgence. As captain, he led from the front with a series of influential performances, helping secure crucial victories over Heartland Championship heavyweight South Canterbury, neighbours Ngāti Porou East Coast, and a significant away win against Horowhenua Kapiti in Levin. New Zealand Rugby Referee of the Year. And the winner is Maggie Koga-Orr. It was a strong year both domestically and internationally for Maggie Koga-Orr. One of the leading referees in the world, she had several big appointments in the Women's Rugby World Cup in 2025, including the England versus France semi-final. Here at home, she completed a unique double by officiating both the Sky Super Rugby Aupiki and Super Rugby Champions final. Koga-Orr has a clear, calm communication style and an ability to explain decisions for the benefit of players and those watching at home, adding to the respect she's earned all around the world.
Yeah, my refereeing highlight, I was really fortunate to referee at a lot of amazing stadiums, at Twickenham once in Six Nations, and then down in Bristol, sold out in the World Cup. But yeah, I think the moment that will stick with me the longest is when I got to ref England versus Samoa at the World Cup and got to sort of be on the field when Samoa kicked their penalty to get their first points of the tournament and sort of hear just how happy those players were and how deserving they were of it. And that's, you know, we say that you can't have a better seat in the house than the referee, and that truly was like the best seat in the house. So that's probably my favorite moment of the year. I'm really lucky that my day job is the Women's Referee Development Manager. I'm really lucky that that role was developed sort of off the back of the last World Cup being hosted in New Zealand and New Zealand Rugby identifying that was an area that we needed to really focus on. So Really fortunate that in my day-to-day, my job is to help the women that are already in the referee space in terms of their development through some of our scholarship programs and things like that, but also help the wider rugby environment in terms of how they prepare their referee spaces that have traditionally been pretty male to welcome in more females and sort of capitalize on this real boom of women and getting into rugby. The referee fraternity, sorority, the group of people that you meet through refereeing is really, it's even different than playing. There's people all over the world. That's probably the difference than being a player, is when you're a referee, you can go anywhere and there's a referee club that will pick you up. And through refereeing, I've been able, I have friends pretty much everywhere in the world. And refereeing's been great, and I've been really lucky at how supportive Auckland and New Zealand have been of letting me try to pursue excellence and try to sort of find my limits. Like any challenge, there's good parts and bad parts, but overwhelmingly been a really positive experience.
Our next award recognises someone who's made a significant contribution to rugby throughout their life, be that on or off the field. The Steinlager Salver is the most prestigious award in New Zealand rugby, with names such as Sir Colin Meads, Sir Brian Williams, Dr Deb Robinson and Keith Quinn amongst previous winners. Tonight we honour a very special man, someone who's had a tangible impact on the game at all levels and whose work all rugby fans will be familiar with, perhaps without even realising. It's a great honour to announce this year's Steinlager Salver recipient is the late Mātua Luke Crawford.
Luke Crawford was the cultural heart of New Zealand rugby. He served as kaumātua for the Māori All Blacks since 2010 and had held the role of Kaihautū Māori, Chief Māori Advisor for New Zealand Rugby. Known warmly as Mātua Luke, he was widely regarded as one of rugby's most respected Māori leaders. He had a passion for connecting Māori to their whakapapa, unleashing what he often referred to as their superpowers. Luke passed away suddenly 12 months ago, but he will live on in the values and processes he instilled inside New Zealand rugby and the jerseys and trophies he helped bring to life. To honour everything he meant to the game, his whānau have been gifted this year's Steinlager Salver in his name.
E hoa mā, kia ora rā, koutou katoa. Cool? Let's give it a go, eh? If we do our tikanga right, magic happens.
He was the po of tikanga in rugby spaces for a long, long time. First time I met him, he was the kaumātua for the Māori All Blacks, and I could already sense that he was going to have a huge impact on that team.
Mātua Luke, man, he was awesome. He was very welcoming. He was very respectful to everyone coming in as well. I remember the first time turning up to the Māoris camp, man, I was pretty nervous, eh? Luke had a massive part with connecting me back to my whakapapa. Going in for the first time, I pretty much didn't even know where I was from. He probably knew more about my family than what I did. He was the one that sat down with me, went through my pepea. It was pretty nerve-wracking, but he was there to, just always be that calming presence.
With the Māori Rugby Board, he was always there to kind of provide advice, guidance, reassurance. It was a huge loss when he passed.
He was a real guiding figure. He was full of wairua, astute, tikanga, te reo Māori. They called him the Big Bear when he was a policeman. Well, he was a big bear for us too, and he was, you could go and hug him, and he'd give you a big hug and a hongi, and you knew you were in safe hands. You knew that his whole heart was for you and for the organisation, and for many of us that belong to New Zealand Rugby, he was all of that.
When I think of the organisation as it was prior to Luke, to where it is now in terms of the cultural journey that we've been on, the incorporation of waiata, karakia in our day-to-day environment, our authentic, or much more authentic understanding of te ao Māori. We always talk about leaving the place better than you found it, or for players and management, it's leaving the jersey in a better place than you found it. I just can't think of anybody whose contribution illustrates that better than Mātua Luke's. He's left behind some amazing physical taonga. He led us in the creation of many trophies. jerseys. He leaves behind a whole lot of people who are frankly better New Zealanders than they were before they met him. He leaves behind a massive spiritual legacy as well, and better at doing what we do in rugby as a result of his influence.
Because his legacy continues. Even though he's gone, those stories will remain.
Around legacy, I hope that we represent our Māori, that we carry it outside in the future of our rugby existence into our families and communities. Take the taonga that Māoridom has delivered to us by our ancestors, shine it, care for it, look after it, be a good kaitiaki of those things and pass it on to the next generation. I have left a footprint, left that the winds of time will never blow the sands into there to fill it because it's just too deep.
I guess the thing that stands out, Portia, is you've got to be a pretty special person to receive the Steinlager Salver, and it's fair to say that Mātua Luke was a true taonga of Aotearoa. On the times that you met him and you were able to interact with him, what was he like?
Oh, he had so much knowledge. Is exactly what you expect of someone's amazing standing within Aotearoa rugby. The knowledge he has, his personality, such a beautiful, welcoming. All you think about is our tikanga, our values of manaakitanga, whanaungatanga. That was what Mātua Luke was.
What were the things that he was involved in your time and the teams that he was involved in?
I was lucky enough to have him come into our team for Sevens. He helped write a song. He gave us stories that came with Black Ferns and Black Fern Sevens. Also within the 15s environment, he did some really cultural, beautiful moments within our 15s environment. Like, whenever he came into our team, it was a blessing.
Yeah, I guess the thing about Mātua Luke, you mentioned whanaungatanga, he was like whānau to everyone, wasn't he? He always said to me, Ngāti Porou, yeah, we're related. I will claim that. You were such a special person. Everyone was whānau to Mātua Luke. He was such a warm and genuine person, and he meant so much to so many people. He will be remembered in so many special ways. Moi mai rā i te rangatira. Let us now pay our respects to Luke and the other members of the rugby whānau who have lost in the past 12 months, who have all contributed to the game's legacy. Hoki mai anō, welcome back. Rugby clubs are the heart and soul of the game in this country. Where would we be without the people in the kitchen, behind the bar, the ones who put the corner flags out and get the grounds ready every Saturday? Without the countless people who give up their time to support the players, teams and activities, we would have no game. Well, we acknowledge 3 finalists tonight. Firstly, we wanted to say a big ngā mihi, thank you for keeping the lights on and making sure your club is at the centre of your community. You are true local legends. Here are the nominees for this year's Charles Munro Volunteer of the Year Award, in the words of the people who nominated them.
Charles Munro, Volunteer of the Year. Glenn Devaney is a shining example of the value of volunteering. He's been part of the Auckland Rugby Referees Association for over 20 years and is currently the head of technology, producing film for match officials to learn, review and develop their refereeing. During the season, you'll find Glenn as sideline assistant for test matches, sideline manager for Super Rugby, NPC and FPC games, often after a full day of refereeing school and club matches. His positive attitude and drive to give back to the game demonstrates the true spirit of community and service. Jodie Taylor. A busy mum who runs her own business, Jodie Taylor still manages to put Strathclyde Rugby Club ahead of herself. As well as being a friendly, welcoming face for all members, she provides dinners after Thursday night trainings and for every home game, all funded by the fundraisers she organises throughout the year. She plays a vital role in registration days, acts as medic, runs the club's social media channels, and looks after all gear and uniforms. Jodie is extremely passionate about her club and knows the important role it plays in the local rural community. Stacey Kobus. Described as someone who brings the rugby way to life, Stacey Kobus plays a vital role in Cambridge Junior Rugby and Community Sports Club. Her ability to manage large-scale events comes into force when organising tournaments involving over 400 children. She creates an environment where children feel supported, coaches feel backed, and parents feel included. A model of selfless service, Stacey does it all. Sets up flags, sits on committees, and liaises with the local provincial union. Most importantly, she does this with a smile and a contagious, positive attitude.
Some incredibly selfless and passionate volunteers there. The winner of the 2025 Charles Munro Volunteer of the Year Award is Jodie Taylor.
Today is like we tail lambs, so $1 a lamb. Hopefully we've done sort of just under 10,000 hopefully for the day. So that goes towards the club. So we buy meat for the barbecues, a few beers for the boys after training. Good bunch of young fellas we've got around this community, eh? Like they all just seem to click, gel, there's no bad eggs, and they get on well.
Having a good day out here at Strathclyde Footy Club. Is the part of this rugby community, part of the Strathclyde community. And we want to keep these things going. You know, it's a fundraiser that helps fund our club to keep doing the great stuff that we're doing, and you know, tough work. Most stuff are up 4:30, but here we are.
My name's Jodie Taylor, and I guess I'm wife to Shaky. Yeah, I do all the cooking and the cleaning and the ordering of uniforms, and yeah, you name it, I've probably done it. They're such an amazing bunch of guys. The rugby club really is the heart of the community, and want to keep turning up every week to help them out, really. Very good feeling that, yeah, someone or people in this club thought enough of what I do around here to nominate me.
I don't know how much you're aware, but Claire behind you, who you've been introduced to today, is not Claire from Otago Rugby. She's Heather from New Zealand Rugby.
Oh.
So if I could ask Will, the captain of the Strathclyde team, to come forward and present you with the 2025 New Zealand Rugby ASB Volunteer of the Year.
She does everything. She straps them, she cooks for them, and she organises them, and even washes their rugby jerseys. It's just about celebrating Jodie, and that's the main thing. The boys have got full respect for her, but it's a chance to really recognise what she does.
We don't know how good we have it, and that's something that, you know, these sort of awards really bring to the forefront, and Jodie is absolutely the pinnacle. We just don't have to think about stuff. We turn up on a Thursday night and we've got a warm meal, cold beers on a Saturday, and we get to do what we all want to do, and that's play rugby on a Saturday afternoon and enjoy ourselves and catch up with mates.
That's massive, eh? That's a real big award, eh? Especially throughout the country. It's unbelievably how proud I was here for receiving that. So yeah, it's going to be a big night, I'd say. A big night. Yeah, look out Monday.
Congratulations, Jodie, well deserved. Our next community award for the night recognises rugby clubs as the heart of communities. In partnership with Bunnings Warehouse, New Zealand Rugby are celebrating clubs which have achieved significant outcomes for their members, local community or provincial union. The winner of the Bunnings Warehouse Rugby Club of the Year will receive $5,000 worth of Bunnings product and materials to support the maintenance and improvement of their club rooms. The two finalist clubs will also receive a $500 Bunnings gift card. The nominees are
Bunnings Warehouse, Club of the Year, Hunterville Rugby Football Club. Hunterville is a small rural club with a massive heart. Locals are passionate about their rugby, supporting all the grades from junior right through to men's senior. And this year, the club welcomed their first 15-a-side women's team. Everyone involved in the club rolls up their sleeves to enable all teams to take the field on Saturday. And there's always a passionate group on the sidelines too, whether that's at home or travelling up to 2.5 hours away for away games. Even when there's no rugby, the club is regularly used for events and meetings, demonstrating that rugby clubs truly are at the heart of Kiwi communities. Rangatoa Sports and Cultural Club. There's been on-field success and representative honours in 2025, but the real magic of Rangatoa Sports and Cultural Club is in the culture. Being a multi-sports club, there's a real family vibe and all members and their whānau are welcomed with open arms. Players, coaches and management are full of respect and positive support for each other and their opposition, with other clubs often commenting on the sportsmanship and camaraderie demonstrated by Rangatoa. With a focus on inclusion and player welfare, everyone looks out for each other on and off the field, which translates into results, especially in the women's and youth grades. Waimate Rugby Football Club. Waimate Rugby Football Club is an extension of the close-knit nature of their local community. From have-a-go days and working bees to community service projects and fundraising activities, the club naturally connects with the community year-round. And all that love is given back when the town dresses up in club colours. Family values drive the club, promoting mental health initiatives and responsible drinking, providing free nappies for families and encouraging positive sideline behaviours too. An annual cultural day celebrates the diversity of player backgrounds. Senior players give up their mornings to referee junior sides, setting the tone for a lifetime connection with the Blue and Reds.
And the 2025 Bunnings Warehouse Rugby Club of the Year is Waimate Rugby Football Club.
I think we are one of the lucky clubs in New Zealand. On a Saturday, it starts early in the morning. There's a fair bit of setup and that sort of thing goes on. There's a lot of parents, a lot of children running around, a lot of noise. As with community rugby, we go through ebbs and flows with the numbers. We're lucky to still have some remnants of teenage rugby. From there we have Premier Reserve and a Premier team, keeping things going in our senior grade. It's a full-on morning from around 9 till 5 on a Saturday. Hive of activity.
1876, we first started playing rugby here at Manchester Park. First started playing when I was 7, down here. My dad played down here, so we come down every Saturday and helped him. He was on the committee, so we come down and help put the flags out and sort of stayed here. I'll call myself a lifer, I suppose, so we just come here every Saturday. We've got a really rich history, really special club.
Our community is not a massive community, but because of that, a lot of our community are members of our club. Local businesses, huge supporters of our club, and we do what we can to try and give back to them as well.
Our very own Waimate Rugby Club are finalists in the 2025 Bunnings Warehouse Rugby Club of the Year. The exciting news is the Waimate Rugby Club have won.
There are so many people that do so many things. I think it's an amazing responsibility to be the Club of the Year in New Zealand. This is a fair award for all the people that have helped Waimate Rugby become what it is now.
Oh, this award's amazing. It's just not about the people that are here now. It's the people that have made this club back in the day, around Waimate, you know, around the district. So it's really cool. There's a lot of hard work goes in here, like any other club in New Zealand. We don't have any problems getting people to help us out. They're more than willing. You don't even have to ask them twice. They'll be really wrapped for us.
Can't imagine a town like Waimate without a rugby club. Just the enthusiasm and the great camaraderie that everyone has brings everyone together and keeps everyone just part of a big happy family. The clubs and all the committee and our president, Matt, and all the players and the town, the whole district, are going to be absolutely thrilled to bits and appreciate this so much. So thanks very much to Bunnings.
Massive congratulations there to the Waimaori Rugby Club on all the great work you've done in your community. And when you talk about club rugby Naitoa, it is a pathway. It's so important to our game.
100%, and I think people tend to forget it's a pathway to professional rugby. And I think you can't look past a guy like Carl Preston who played club rugby in Wellington and went through the ranks that way. Not your sort of generic way, but that sort of pathway. And now he's an All Black. So it's special, and it still has a place in our game, and it still has that sense of community, sense of fun, and I think that's what you enjoy about rugby is just enjoying it on a Saturday, really.
And for you, Portia, the fact it starts, everyone's young, right? The fact the first time you pick up a rugby ball, you throw it around with your mates, the fact that the sausage sizzle, the parents go upstairs after training maybe to have a quiet one. I mean, that brings everybody together.
No, absolutely. When you're in junior grades, or I started when I was a little bit older, that's what club rugby is about. It's a family time. You know, you take your kids to their junior games, and then not long after that, mum or dad are heading into Prem senior grade rugby. It's a family day, it's festive, it's the culture of what rugby is, and so that's why we need and we love crap.
And it's cowboy hats. It's exactly what club rugby is. The fact that people having fun, enjoying exactly what they need to do, being part of the game. So, Kirsty, we should never forget and also acknowledge our great rugby community.
The Te Hāpai Community Impact Award acknowledges an individual from a provincial union, community rugby club, organisation, school, iwi or Super Rugby club who's made a significant impact on their local community. This year we have 3 more finalists who are doing incredible work demonstrating the values of Te Ara Rangatira, the rugby way.
Te Hāpai Community Impact. Kian Byrne Hansen. A teacher at Manurewa Intermediate School, Kian Byrne Hansen uses rugby to support the development of young people. To do this, he's up before 4 a.m. every morning to run morning fitness sessions, lunchtime programs and after-school trainings, as well as arranging holiday practices. He wants to make sure every student has the chance to participate in rugby no matter what their background or skill level, and often spends his own money purchasing equipment. He loves what he does and sees it as a way to give back to others by sharing his time, energy, skills and passion. Sosoli Talawadua. Based out of Wanganui Rugby, Sosoli Talawadua is dedicated to making rugby welcoming and inclusive. Over recent years, she's founded and grown a women's rugby competition in the region and also driven Sense Rugby's programs to open up rugby to children of all abilities. She runs school and after-school sessions, holiday programs and events in the community. As a former Black Fern, she has an infectious passion for rugby and spreading the joy of the game to bring it to as many people as possible. Peter Hastings. Following his own mental health challenges, Peter Hastings uses his experiences to encourage others to speak up and seek help. A referee in the Bay of Plenty, Peter brings his kaupapa into rugby environments, particularly around young men, speaking about mental wellness in aftermatch functions and sharing waiata. He has spoken in over 25 rugby clubs and has also shared his story with his workmates. Using rugby as a vehicle, Peter's mission is to let everyone know they're not alone and there's always hope.
And the winner is Peter Hastings from Bay of Plenty Referees. Well done, Peter.
I've been a referee since 2010. I've been refereeing for about 16 years. Also been a referee coach, which I really enjoy. In 2019, I had a really bad injury. I was told that I'd never be able to referee again. And I didn't take that news very well at all. I got terribly depressed, and even though I had no previous history of mental illness, I lost the will to live. One day, I acted upon it, saddest and scariest day of my life. 3 years ago, I started to talk about men's mental health in rugby club rooms. Lots of young men, lots of bravado, but we don't talk about people that take their own lives. I brought up the subject in rugby clubs. The sound in the room just went right down. You could see it was having an effect. Complete strangers come up to me afterwards and give me hugs. Kaumātua come up to me afterwards and said, "Thank you, son, that was good." The boys needed to hear that. And that was just sharing a little bit about my story.
We've had very good feedback from the clubs, the honesty and the ability to be vulnerable with one another. And I think that's the important thing, is being comfortable to be vulnerable. Peter went into a pretty dark place himself. He comes from first-hand experience and he's climbed back out of that. He's now very, very positive. He's a valuable member of our club, and I think men's mental health is such a big issue in New Zealand. If Peter can be a catalyst, great, and he's doing his bit. He deserves this award because he's out there doing it, being open, being vulnerable. So it gives me really great pleasure on behalf of New Zealand Rugby and of the Bay of Plenty Rugby Referee Club to present you the trophy. Here we go.
For myself to receive this award, it's very, very cool. It's very cool. To do what I do is refereeing. I love refereeing. Just sharing the message about mental health. It's sharing the most important thing is that it's really important to speak out about it. It's a great honour. Thank you.
From recognising those who give so much to the community game to our professional players who are also giving back, the New Zealand Rugby Players Association Kirk Award recognises those who provide a long-standing and impactful contribution to the players and the game. The award is named after the Players Association's founding chairman and former All Black captain David Kirk, who led the All Blacks to their first Rugby World Cup in 1987. The award was established in 2005 and previous recipients include Melody Robinson, Richie McCaw, Fia'o Faumasili and Daniel Carter. This year, 2 inspirational recipients have been recognised for demonstrating exceptional leadership and service to the players and the game while performing at the highest level, including their long tenure in governance on the NZRPA board. This year's recipients of the NZRPA Kirk Award are Les Elder and Samuel Whitelock.
Unfortunately, Samuel can't be here. He's in Japan doing some work. But Les, you are. Congratulations. Got to ask you, what inspired you to get into, I suppose, the governance side of the game in terms of working on behalf of the players?
Yeah, I think, well, part of it you kind of fall into defaultly by when you're the captain of the Black Ferns. And so initially that was what led me into that space. Went in there very, very green, but what I learnt from, David Kirk himself, from Rob Nichol and the other players around me has really inspired me to continue in the governance space. So by default initially, but really enjoyed it and the learning that I got from it.
How challenging coming into that environment around those types of people. What did you learn very quickly?
Well, I think just the responsibility that we have as players and the voice that we have is so important. But collectively, how we can work with the RPA, how we can work with New Zealand Rugby to come up with solutions together in partnership for the game. That was really evident, and we did, like you said, there's been some challenging years over the last few years in the game, but it was cool to see the hard discussions being had, but ultimately all leading to a good outcome.
What's the best part of working on behalf of the players?
I think there's that responsibility part, which later in my years playing the game I accepted, was that I have this window where I have to be able to serve and give back. So there's definitely that. But I think just being able to share our voice, and the players have such an important place in the game and their voice needs to be heard. So having the avenues to be able to share our voice and represent the collective, that was very enjoyable stuff for me.
Congratulations, thoroughly deserved. Anytime a captain comes back and works on behalf of their players is always great for the sport. Well done.
Thank you.
Well, we've seen what happens quite often to teams in, behind and around the white lines. Let's have a look at what happens outside of those day to day.
Everyone, please listen to this.
It's going to be tough going into World Cup. Hopefully, we're both here.
Jeez, how are you, man? I want to tell you so bad, man.
The first conversation I had with Taha and Rivers was like I'm here, like, I want that jersey.
Pixon goes.
Nah. What does it take to feed the All Blacks? I'm about to cook some of the most elite athletes in the world.
One more, everything's just one more. Just got to get up and do one more.
We aren't just representing a jersey, we're representing a legacy.
Welcome to the first ever Creator Championships.
Welcome back into the New Zealand Rugby Awards. It's not only players who leave it all out there week to week, coaches are also all in, overseeing the tactical and technical approach of their teams and the best foster a culture that gets results but is also an enjoyable environment to be in. Our next two awards shine a light on impressive coaching performances throughout the season. First up, coaches from our women's competitions this year, Super Rugby Aupiki and the Farah Palmer Cup. The finalists for ASB National Women's Coach of the Year are...
ASB National Women's Coach of the Year, Willie Walker. Leading his team to his second consecutive Super Rugby Aupiki title, Willie Walker was able to gel a team of different ages and stages of their careers. Overseeing a great coaching group who really connected, Walker created a comfortable and safe environment which promoted exceptional performance and gave rise to some dominant performances to secure the domestic and Trans-Tasman titles. Matt Doreen. Matt Doreen delivered an exceptional season that epitomised excellence, strong leadership and the proud Southern Rugby identity. Guiding the Otago Spirit through an undefeated Farah Palmer Cup Championship campaign, he set a new benchmark for performance and consistency. His commitment to an expansive, positive style of play was evident, his team scoring 52 tries in just 7 matches and leading the competition in offloads, metres gained and clean breaks, all testament to Doreen's vision and coaching influence. Ruben Samuel. Ruben Samuel delivered one of the standout coaching efforts of the 2025 Farah Palmer Cup Premiership. He built a disciplined, connected and highly driven Waikato side that reached new heights, successfully defending the JJ Stewart Trophy 3 times and achieving the rare honour of back-to-back premiership titles. Samuel designed a game plan combining structure with freedom, a balance which unlocked the full potential of the squad and produced a near-flawless campaign.
And the winner is Willie Walker.
And the Blues become back-to-back Super Rugby Aupiki champions.
Moving to the ASB National Men's Coach of the Year, with eligible coaches from Super Rugby Pacific, the NPC and Heartland Championship. The nominees are...
ASB National Men's Coach of the Year, Mark Brown. In his debut season as Otago head coach, Mark Brown energised the Otago community by introducing an exciting brand of rugby and uncovering emerging talent such as Lucas Casey and Dylan Pledger. Brown oversaw a memorable Ranfurly Shield triumph over arch-rivals Canterbury and a successful challenge to keep it in Otago's hands for the summer. His dynamic approach was capped off by a thrilling run to the NPC final, igniting a fervent fan base in the south. Rob Penny. From a challenging 2024 season to claiming the title in 2025, Rob Penny drove a dominant Crusaders campaign. Using the disappointment of the previous year as motivation, he orchestrated a season of accuracy, consistency and ruthless precision. Appointing a new leadership group helped galvanise the squad, and his ability to support and introduce new players into the side speaks to the depth he and his coaching group were able to cultivate, paying the ultimate dividend when they lifted the DHL Super Rugby Pacific Trophy. Marty Burke. In his 4th and final season at the helm, Marty Burke fulfilled a long-held dream by leading Canterbury to their 15th National Provincial Championship. Burke's leadership fostered an exceptional team culture and unrivalled squad depth. Even in the face of season-ending injuries to key players, Burke's next man up philosophy ensured the team never faltered, consistently showcasing the depth and character he instilled throughout the squad.
That is a tough category, but the winner is Rob Penny.
If you are talking about a redemption story, if you're talking about what a difference 12 months makes, Rob, congratulations. Coach of the Year. What are 12 months? What a difference a year can make. For you, what's winning this award mean to you?
Well, I think there's a little bit of an ironic feeling. 12 months ago, probably the worst coach in the world, and 12 months later, receiving this award. But I'm receiving this award on behalf of the organisation, of the Crusaders, the coaches I work with, the management that I work with, the staff that beaver away and behind, and ultimately the players, David Havili and the leadership group. It's just a real honour for me to be part of that and being here this evening receiving this award on behalf of them.
It would have been easy, though, with all of those challenges and all the difficulties, to have walked away, though. What was different about this campaign?
There are turning point moments, and the story that I go to a bit is we were playing Fiji and Suva. 5 minutes before kick-off, the clouds roll in, drops it by about 6 or 7 degrees. Those moments we just couldn't get the year before, and I'm referring to a little bit of luck, but also the depth of commitment. There was a bit of bruising going on amongst everybody, so everyone just really went hard and went deep.
How much of a better coach are you for what you've gone through, particularly last year, but also tasting success like this?
To be fair, I feel as though that's not my first rodeo. I was just wrapped with the support I had internally. Colin Mainsbridge, Angus Gardner, the senior management, the board were incredible, because the blowtorch was on them as much as it was on me, and they didn't flinch. We were able to get the group together early last year, and as I said, Davey, Will Jordan, Ethan Blackadder, Cody Taylor, Scooter Barrett, just those men love this organisation, and we just unleashed them and away they went, and they proved how good they are.
Rob, you thoroughly deserve this award. Well done after what's been a challenging year, but you've come out on top. Well done. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Been a remarkable turnaround for the Crusaders in 2025. Back to you, Kirsty.
Thanks, Jeff. Turning now to the incredible team efforts we saw throughout our competitions in New Zealand this year, and there were some great sides to pick from. We've just heard from Rob Penny. Surely his Crusaders will be in the running. Your nominees for the Adidas National Men's Team of the Year award are...
Adidas National Men's Team of the Year, Crusaders. The Crusaders were back in 2025, showing the championship mentality they're known for. The season wasn't without its injury challenges, but every player who stepped in was able to step up, speaking to the depth in the setup. With a new leadership group under David Havili, the squad showed why they remain a feared opponent across the rest of Super Rugby Pacific. Canterbury. It was a remarkable season for the Red and Blacks, clinching their 15th championship title, their first since 2017. Along the way, they built an 11-win, 1-draw, 1-loss record and enjoyed a Ranfurly Shield tenure. Their grand final was celebrated in front of a sold-out crowd of 16,000 at Apollo Project Stadium, creating a memorable finale that will be cherished for years to come. Mid-Canterbury. After finishing as Meads Cup runners-up in 2024, Mid-Canterbury responded in spectacular fashion in 2025 by completing an undefeated season. Their impressive campaign featured 8 bonus point victories and a perfect haul of 40 competition points. The team reclaimed the Hannon Shield for the first time since 2016 and capped off their season by avenging last year's result to lift the Meads Cup.
And the winner is the Crusaders.
The Crusaders are back. Yes, they're a redemption story for Rob Penny, and you have to acknowledge, and I know this will hurt, they are a great franchise once again.
For sure. Finals footy is a different breed, and the Crusaders in finals, they're a different animal. And I got to take my hat off to them, because they've done it, and they've done it again and again. And I've been obviously a part of those wins and losses. So yeah, they're special. Congratulations to them.
They've set the bar, though. The fact of the matter is that it appears as though Super Rugby's going to a different level now, particularly the way the game's being refereed, the fans have been listened to. It is a great competition.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, you want to speed the game up, and that's what they're doing. They're trying to allow more playing time, allow less stoppage time. And again, we're in the entertainment business, and we want to create a spectacle for the fans. And I think that's what we're trying to do. So it's special. It means we've got to get fitter, which is always fun. That's what pre-season's for. But yeah, I'm hoping everyone is enjoying the product, really.
Well, you've had a great season. We look forward to seeing you again in 2026. And Kirsty, there is so much to celebrate, not just in the men's game. It's time now to find out who are the best of women's rugby.
Super Rugby Aupiki and the Wharapama Cup showcase the best in the women's game with some exceptional team performances across both competitions this year. Your nominees for Adidas National Women's Team of the Year are...
Adidas National Women's Team of the Year. Blues. The Blues delivered an outstanding season, securing back-to-back Super Rugby Aupiki titles with a memorable victory over Matatu at Eden Park. Their success was built on a positive team environment that blended experienced players with emerging stars, including World Rugby Breakthrough Player of the Year Braxton Sorensen-McGee and Topher Basin. The Blues' achievements didn't stop there, as they went on to make history as the inaugural winners of the Champions Final, triumphing over Australia's Super W champion Waratahs. Otago. Runners-up in 2024, the Otago Spirit returned with purpose in 2025, storming through an undefeated round robin and averaging an exceptional 47 points per game. Their season crescendoed with a commanding victory in the final, celebrated in front of a vocal home crowd at Tahuna Park, capping a campaign that embodied consistency, flair and resolve. Waikato. Waikato delivered another outstanding campaign, overcoming an early setback in Week 1 to complete a near-perfect season and secure back-to-back Wharapama Cup premiership titles. The team's dominance was evident across the field, blending powerful forward play with attacking flair out wide. Waikato also successfully defended the JJ Stewart Trophy 3 times, ensuring they will once again hold the prestigious silverware over the summer.
And just like Super Rugby Aupiki, it's back-to-back titles for the Blues, securing the Adidas National Women's Team of the Year award for the second year in a row. Jeff, you've got their coach, Willie Walker, with you. 2 awards for Willie and the Blues tonight.
Congratulations, Willie. What a season for your Blues team. Not just Coach of the Year, but Team of the Year. What are both of those awards, winning both of those for the Blues and for your team, mean?
It's awesome. A huge honour and a privilege to be part of the group that is. We've created something special over the last few years, and to come away with awards like these is really special.
What got you to the point where you were the best team when it came to Super Rugby Aupiki?
I'm very lucky to have an awesome coaching group around me, the likes of Carlos and Charmaine and Census. They take a lot of the load, and together we found something that worked, and we were very lucky to have an awesome group of girls as well. They did what we asked, and they led the whole way through. What's your aspiration as a coach? Is it to go to the very top? Is that what you've set your sights on? I would say that is something I'd like to be part of at some stage. And there are opportunities, I'm sure, so I've just got to work hard and continue to find success and let that do the talking. I'm proud of you, man. Congratulations. Well done. Absolute pleasure for you and your team. Well, what a season it has been for the Blues. That's for team and coach. Maybe, Kirsty, for a couple of players.
It was a pinnacle year for women's rugby, and Sky Super Rugby Aupiki was as competitive as ever, with players giving it their all to stake a claim for a black jersey and a place at the Rugby World Cup. New names turned heads, think Braxton Sorensen-McGee, and one even came out of retirement. The nominees for Sky Super Rugby Aupiki Player of the Year are...
Sky Super Rugby Aupiki Player of the Year, Amy du Plessis. The standout for Matatu in 2025, Amy du Plessis was prominent in so many moments. Her consistency and experience is a huge asset to her side, whether she's accumulating run meters, beating defenders or scoring tries. She's the spark that fueled Matatu's attack and was the best centre in the competition. Braxton Sorensen-McGee. In a season which belied her young age, Braxton Sorensen-McGee burst onto the scene as a critical part of the championship-winning Blues side. Her individual brilliance won games for her team on multiple occasions, bringing an electricity to the backline with her ability to light up defenders. She headlines the exciting next wave of talent in the women's game and was rewarded with a black Ferns jersey off the back of her electric Opiki season. Portia Woodman-Wycliffe. What retirement? Portia Woodman-Wycliffe returned to Opiki action and showed why she's still one of the most attacking players, never having a quiet game. Her explosiveness and pace on attack means that when she has the ball, fans and opposition players take notice. In addition to her outstanding on-field performance, her experience and leadership was crucial to the culture of the side, galvanising the group, supporting younger players and setting the example.
And the winner is the GOAT, Portia Woodman-Wycliffe.
Team of the Year, Coach of the Year, Opiki Player of the Year. Let's talk about that journey, because maybe 12 months ago at the end of Super Rugby Opiki, you're thinking to yourself, am I going to play again? What inspired you to get back out there?
There was a few parts that came from it. My wife obviously had nothing but amazing things to say about the Blues culture and the team environment, but also my niece, Kerry Johnson, she was in the team. I wanted to have a chance to play alongside her as well. I've heard, honestly, just so many really great things about Willie and Carlos and what the girls have created there, and I wanted to be a part of it.
You had to change position from time to time, and the fact that was a new challenge. What was so great about that transition? It
was the part that I had to talk to Willie about, and Carlos be like, hey, just bear with me for a little bit, okay? I haven't played much midfield, but the fact that I love learning, I wanted to be a part of it, playing alongside Ruahe, you know, learning from Charm. Like, these girls have the knowledge, and I wanted to soak it up as much as I could. And playing centre was incredible. You know, getting the ball off the ruck, being inside the winger where I can play off them, play off Kerry or Caitlin. Like, I love that part of it. And so it was an incredible journey, and I'm grateful for it.
Congratulations, well done. What a season you've had in Super Rugby Opiki. It's time now, Kirsty, to look at Super Rugby Pacific.
DHL Super Rugby Pacific saw scintillating plays and close margins. The Crusaders, well, they were back in a big way. Moana Pacifica got us all on board, and the Aussies even gave us a run for our money at times. But which players stood out? The nominees for the DHL Super Rugby Pacific Player of the Year are...
DHL Super Rugby Pacific Player of the Year, Will Jordan. The definition of consistency. Will Jordan once again proved his immense value to the Crusaders. His leadership on and off the field continued to elevate, and he was instrumental to the team's march back to the Super Rugby Pacific title with his scintillating attack and rock-solid defence. Perhaps most telling was the immediate difference he made when returning from injury, owning big moments and demonstrating his innate ability to be where the ball is.
Here he comes again! That's another one!
Ari Savia. With his move to Moana Pacifica, Ari Savia elevated himself to a new level in this year's competition. His consistently high standards never waned. His play was once again exceptional on both sides of the ball, all with his trademark work rate. It was the catalyst for the special buzz Moana built this season too. Representing his culture added even more to Savia's performance as he embraced his leadership role on and off the field. Duplessis Kirifi. One of the Hurricanes' captains for the 2025 season, Duplessis Kirifi naturally shouldered increased responsibility. He regularly took charge of a match and sparked the turning point for his team. His discipline and maturity as a player was on full display, setting the standards for work rate and commitment, with moments of great skill, and earned himself an All Blacks call-up off the back of his outstanding season.
The winner of the DHL Super Rugby Pacific Player of the Year is who else? Moana Pacifica's Ari Savia.
You hear that expression, inspirational skipper, so often in sport these days. It almost becomes a cliche, but this guy, he defines that expression. And away comes Ardie Savea. As Ardie Savea powers into the breakdown.
This team's about uniting people. Not only the 09, but New Zealand, the whole Pacific. And that's what we stand for, and it's our purpose.
Sensational kick down. What can he not do?
It's something unbelievable we're watching at the moment as far as Ardie Savea's form.
Ardie Savea, off he goes. And the goosey, and the offload.
But here it is, the left foot chip and regather from Ardie Savea.
This is one of the most incredible performances by an individual you could ever hope to see in Super Rugby.
Now it's time to hear from you, the rugby fans. The Sky TV Fans Try of the Year had it all. Some magical team tries and brilliant individual plays across every level of the game. You all had your favourites, so thank you for voting. We've ended up with 3 finalists.
Tupaia moves it on. Barrett flings the pass wide, waiting for it, picking it up on the bounce. Nuku gets it away. McKenzie. Oh boy, what a brilliant finish from Damien McKenzie.
Now there's some space. Fleming looking to go round his fullback. Fleming, oh brilliant! Oh! Sensational! Westlight boys!
Organised, Kurt, organised.
Oh, there's the break made by Lucas Casey. Beautiful footwork. How about that footwork for the flicker? Take the 7 off him and put 13 on him. What about that footwork, Lucas Casey? Brilliant footy.
And the winner of the Sky TV Fans Try of the Year by a country mile is Matt Fleming, Westlake Boys.
Come on, Matt. Come on, Matt. Congratulations. Thanks. Can you comprehend the fact this is, out of all the tries that have been scored across New Zealand, this try, that one try, has been picked as the best by the fans. First and foremost, how many times have you watched it?
No, I definitely have replayed it over and over. Definitely, I mean, with the amount of social media got put out onto, just checking it out. But yeah, definitely stoked to be able to receive the award, especially with all the legends that I'm competing against and stuff like that. But yeah, just unreal feeling.
Any doubt you got it down? At any point did you think to yourself, I want to have another look?
Yeah, I did. And I've seen some comments like, oh, maybe a knock on, but as long as the whistle is called, I'll take it. So.
What's the best thing about this team, this group of guys behind you?
I mean, no try can happen without your teammates helping you out. So just appreciate ball comes towards me and then I'll do my job from there. But otherwise, yeah, can't do anything without the boys. Really appreciate them. And yeah, it was an unreal season to finish off.
What's the best thing for you about First 15 Rugby?
I think just being able to develop, especially as first year in the First 15, I just come into a team, a very solid team as well, and then just being able to like express my game from there on. But yeah, really enjoyed the season so far.
Well done, congratulations. What do you think, boys? Once again, here it is, your team, you well done. Outstanding. Let's have a look at that great try one more time.
Midfield. Now there's some space. Fleming looking to go round his fullback. Fleming! Oh, brilliant! Oh! Sensational! Westlake boys!
They just make kids differently to these days, don't they?
No mai, hoki mai, welcome back. We take a look now at our Teams in Black and elite players and coaches. The ASB New Zealand Coach of the Year Award is open to all coaches of our international black jersey teams. One side stood head and shoulders above the rest. The judges have acknowledged the incredible performance of our Black Ferns Sevens and their coach, Corey Sweeney. Now, Corey is winning this award for an incredible 6th time and becomes the most successful coach in the history of this category. Corey, you and your side are unstoppable.
We're real honoured and privileged to have you as part of our team. You've already won this award multiple times, but well known on coach.
This award is massively part of you guys as well, but also probably to single out Ed. Like the balance that me and you have is awesome, and you know, the bits that I don't have, you have, and we complement each other really well. Yeah, so it's a real team award. So awesome, thank you.
And another blockbusting start to the season for Corey and the Black Ferns Seven Sisters. The All Blacks had another jam-packed year in front of sellout crowds here in Aotearoa and overseas. There were a few new faces who really made their mark on the black jersey and reliable performances from experienced campaigners. This year's nominees for the All Blacks Player of the Year are...
All Blacks Player of the Year, Cam Roigard. Cam Roigard has quickly become one of the most important players in this All Blacks team. His passing, kicking and vision have all become key parts of the team's game plan. He's regularly an 80-minute player, showing his value to the side, and has become one of the first names on Scott Robertson's team list week to week. Fabian Holland. A big man with a big engine. Fabian Holland made an impressive impact in his rookie season in the black jersey. His debut season has given every reason to believe that he'll be a long-term locking option for the All Blacks. Relentless, powerful and accurate, Holland fit right into the All Blacks pack and looked at home against international opposition. His season finished with international recognition, being named as World Rugby's Men's Breakthrough Player of the Year. Ardie Savea. It was another season of Ardie Savea setting the bar for not just his All Blacks teammates, but for international opposition as well. In a year where he celebrated his 100th test, he was once again an Iron Man, the consistent backbone of the team. Savea stepped up as captain at various times throughout the year, his leadership being influential on the All Blacks' performance while never straying from his own exceptional game. Quinn Tupaia. Returning to the black jersey for the first time since 2022, Quinn Tupaia ended the season as a consistent selection for the All Blacks, adding value in the starting lineup or off the bench. His ability to be versatile adds to that value for the All Blacks coaches, and each time he was called upon to inject his energy, he always made a noticeable impact.
And the winner of the All Blacks Player of the Year is Mr. Reliable, Ardie Savea.
Ardie Savea, who leads them out in his 100th Test match for the All Blacks. A man who's become a spiritual leader of this team.
And Savea for the corner. All Blacks are in.
How many times in his 100 Test matches has Ardie Savea done that?
Oh, Ardie Savea!
All eyes were on England as the Black Ferns season geared up towards the Rugby World Cup. With record-breaking crowds, entertaining rugby and lovable players, it was another unforgettable tournament. And for our Black Ferns, it was the youngsters that really shone. The 4 finalists for the Black Ferns Player of the Year are...
Black Ferns Player of the Year, Braxton Sorensen-McGee. Teenage sensation Braxton Sorensen-McGee came out firing during her Black Ferns debut season, earning Player of the Match honours in her very first game. She made a significant impression ever since, scoring 14 tries in 8 tests, including 11 at the Rugby World Cup, which comprised of back-to-back hat-tricks. She had an outstanding World Cup campaign, which saw her claim the 2025 World Rugby Breakthrough Women's 15s Player of the Year Award. Kaipo Olsen-Baker. Kaipo Olsen-Baker has been a consistent loose forward in the black jersey this season. Known for her powerful ball-carrying skills and work rate, Olsen-Baker was able to stamp her mark at the Rugby World Cup in 2025. After suffering an ankle injury in the tournament opener, Olsen-Baker was cleared and showed resilience in her return to play, earning Player of the Match when she returned in the quarter-final. She's relentless on both sides of the ball, often amongst team leaders in carries and tackles. Georgia Miller. Known for her exceptional footwork and agility, Georgia Miller burst into the 15s game, making an easy transition to flanker. Her breakout campaign with the Black Ferns saw her bank 5 test tries and 7 appearances, including 2 doubles at the World Cup. She was nominated for both World Rugby Women's 15s Player of the Year and Women's Breakthrough Player of the Year. Georgia Ponsonby. Georgia Ponsonby continues to be the heart of the Black Ferns forward pack, anchoring the scrum at hooker. Known for her powerful presence leading from the front, she's been consistent in the black jersey. In the 2025 Women's Rugby World Cup, she delivered standout performances, including the gritty quarter-final win over South Africa, where she reflected on the team's resilience under pressure. Off the field, Ponsonby was also part of the leadership team, continuing to shine through her combination of athleticism and high rugby IQ.
This year's Black Ferns Player of the Year is Braxton Sorensen-McGee. We caught up with her while she's away with the Black Ferns Sevens on the HSBC Sevens circuit.
Hi guys, Braxton here. Just wanted to say thank you for the award that I got given for the Black Ferns Player of the Year. I'm currently here in South Africa with the Black Ferns Sevens, and yeah, just wanted to say thank you.
The Adidas New Zealand Team of the Year is awarded to the best performing team in black for the 2025 season. The All Blacks, Black Ferns, both Sevens teams, the Māori All Blacks and the All Blacks and Black Ferns 15 sides are all in the running for this category. Our judges were unanimous in selecting the completely dominant Black Ferns 7 side as the Adidas New Zealand Team of the Year for 2025.
Michaela Brink, I thought she was gone.
Slips a ball for Mahina Paul. Georgia Miller accelerates, fends off the defence and just coasts in. An emphatic win from a team who barely put a foot wrong this season.
Our most successful team in black in 2025. No surprise, as Seven Sisters Portia back at it once again. But this history, this culture, this success, it just continues. They were amazing once again in 2025.
Yeah, and I have so much love for this team. I've grown up in this team, and now I'm really proud to see some of the girls coming through the grades. They bled in some really new blood this year, but I think what's exciting is you have the likes of Sarah, of Stacey, Teresa, these girls who the legends, they're the golden oldies of this team. I'm going to call them that. They're going to love that. Now that I'm gone, they're the golden oldies. You're welcome, by the way.
Yeah.
No, they're still pursuing the game and they're inspiring the nation.
They set the standard, Naitoa, with the fact you talk about success, but every year, every tournament, they're a team that they're right in the contention. The fact they set the standard for everybody.
Yeah, I think, like you said, inspiring the nation is massive, and they're full of like very well-rounded athletes, and I think those guys inspiring our people is special. Like what they're doing on and off the field is awesome. They're growing the game massively, and I think for guys who are from the men's game, we can take a lot from the women's game and see what they're doing and really, I guess, get inspired by it, yeah.
Not a truer word said. And as well as that, they've started their campaign this year for next year in outstanding form. Kirsty, bring on their campaign next year.
The Tom French Memorial Māori Player of the Year acknowledges players who excel on the field and as tremendous ambassadors for Māori culture and Māori rugby. Previous winners of the award include rangatira such as Buck Shelford, Liam Messam, Aaron Smith and Sarah Hirini. The nominees for the 2025 Tom French Memorial Māori Player of the Year are
Tom French Memorial Māori Player of the Year, Portia Woodman-Wycliffe. Portia Woodman-Wycliffe's playing career speaks for itself. And this season was no different on the field, coming out of retirement to pursue another Rugby World Cup victory. Over the past 18 months, she's also stepped up in her public representation of her Māori culture, from speaking on a marae in Northland to speaking te reo Māori in the media. Her pride in her culture and desire to inspire young Māori to chase their dreams has been even more evident in 2025. Quinn Tupaia. Quinn Tupaia's tenacity and resilience battling back from a significant injury in 2022 were rewarded with an All Blacks recall this season. He was a key contributor to the Chiefs' run to the Super Rugby Pacific final and demonstrated his ability to play in multiple positions. Tupaia's name became synonymous with impact, no matter what jersey he was wearing in 2025. Kurt Eklund. The Māori All Blacks may not have had a big campaign in 2025, but Kurt shone as the on and off-field leader. As captain in a short camp, his ability to galvanise the group was evident and earned him praise from teammates and coaches. Coupled with a solid year in both Super Rugby Pacific and the NPC, he was a consistent leader and performer who embodies the special culture within the Māori All Blacks.
And the winner is Portia Woodman-Whitcliffe.
So not only Super Rugby Aupiki Player of the Year, but winner of the Tom French Cup. How does that make you feel? I'm getting a little bit emotional already because I can see how much it means to you.
It means a lot.
Why does it mean so much?
Being a proud mana wahine, being proud to be Māori, represent for my babies back home. It's probably one award that I kind of really wanted in all my career. To be nominated was amazing. But yeah, no, to achieve that, it's really special.
You've got me. You've definitely got me. You've 100% got me as well. But there's been a lot of people in whānau and family behind you. I mean, how important has that been in this journey you've gone through?
Oh, honestly, like, I wouldn't be where I am if it wasn't for my whānau. Mum and Dad, my wife, my daughter, my whānau from Ngāpuhi right across the whole motu. Like, I do it for them. You know, we start doing it for them. We want to be the inspiration for all our whānau. We want to give back to our whānau who have given us so much. But yeah, no, it's incredible. I am so proud to be Māori, so proud to represent my whānau, so proud to represent all the babies. I want them to aspire, whether it is rugby or sports or whatever it is that they're passionate about, I want them to aspire big and dream big.
And how does your culture and your background and heritage help the game of rugby itself?
I think it's massive for the game. You know, I'm really proud that within the 7s and 15s environment, the girls from any cultural background believe in it. They know that we come from Aotearoa, New Zealand, and we are guardians of that jersey and we are guardians of the team. And for myself, within the 7s environment, Caitlin in the 15s environment, we're so staunch in sharing our culture, not only with our girls, but around the world. Indigenous cultures do massive things for their country and for inspiring the world. So to have Māori at the forefront of every team that we get to play alongside or play in, it's amazing, and everyone buys into it. We're from Aotearoa and you can't help it.
If you think about your career now, is that everything you've ever wanted?
That's everything I've ever wanted. I was just saying that to my wife before coming. That was the one award that I've always wanted. And I never say that, right? Like, I've never done this journey to achieve these goals and achieve these awards, but that one was one that I've always wanted.
And it is thoroughly, thoroughly deserved. And I'm so excited and happy it means so much to you. We can gather ourselves. Let's look back at some of the great Portia Woodman-Whitcliffe in 2025.
Coming home to Whangarei, coming to Ngāpuhi Nui-tonu, it's always amazing. And to have the opportunity to speak on behalf of our girls, on behalf of the team, this team that I love so dearly, and to know that there's amazing speakers within the team, I get to speak on behalf of all of us. It was such an honour. I had the winners, I had the tears, I had the heart pounding. It was an amazing experience.
This is Portia Woodman-Whitcliffe. That is try number 50, and with it history written. She's the greatest try scorer New Zealand rugby has ever seen.
We've arrived at our final award for the night, and it's a biggie. The Calvin Tremaine Memorial Player of the Year is awarded to the standout player in the black jersey for 2025. The individual winners of the Player of the Year categories are all eligible for this prestigious award. Not only are impactful performances taken into account, but all Cal Tremaine winners demonstrate leadership on and off the field and exemplify the values of the rugby way in everything they do. In a year where he completely dominated Super Rugby Pacific and once again set the standards for the All Blacks, the 2025 Calvin Tremaine Player of the Year is none other than Ardie Savea.
Ardie Savea has done something incredible.
He is the hero down here, he is the man of the people.
Best player in the world. I'm playing next to him.
Wondered how a forward would change the fortunes of a franchise, and he did.
On the back of one of the greatest performances you would ever wish to see, Ardie Savea has led his team to a groundbreaking, historic win over the Blues.
He's found something he's really passionate and wants to fight for, and inside the white lines, he'll do anything for it, and that's the sort of man you want wearing an All Black jersey.
Ardie Savea, who leads them out in his 100th Test match for the All Blacks.
Savea from the corner. All Blacks are in.
Here it is for Savea.
One of the best in the game.
Turning the ball over when his team needed it the most.
Turning, powering, scoring.
An iconic All Black.
And they cannot stop his force.
Got Ardie Savea. Ardie Savea.
Ardie Savea.
Yeah, I think we can all say that was one of the most all-time seasons from an individual person ever. So well done to Ardie Savea. It really was your night tonight. Congratulations to all of our award winners, including you, Portia. A big congratulations.
Yeah.
How special was that?
Amazing. You guys did a great job. I swear, I cracked him.
Yeah.
I cracked a little bit. Look, I cracked a little bit. I had to pull myself together. I'm just grateful the fact you dragged some of your answers out so I could bring it all together. But I tell you what, a great night for rugby once again. I can't wait for 2026.
What about some of these players that picked up awards tonight? Some of your teammates, Georgia Miller, Braxton Sorensen McGee. Like, the future of this game is so bright in New Zealand right now.
Incredible. Like, both those girls having a phenomenal year this year. Georgia had been an actual superstar, whatever game she's playing in. And then Brax, I was so grateful I got to play Blues World Cup with her. She's so mature, so coachable, but just loves the game. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I know you're a real competitor, but you had to come up against Ardie Savea and Moana Pacifica. That Moana Pacifica wave that swept through the whole of the Pacific this year. Like, what's that guy like to come up against?
Oh, it's special. Like, I think, you know, in 20 years' time, 30 years' time, when I'm as old as... maybe 40 years time.
Wow.
40, 50 years time.
I'll take 30 to be fair. I'll take 30,
yeah.
Keep going.
When I'm, you know, I look back and I think there's going to be a lot of special players that I've played against, and he'll definitely be one of them. So, yeah, he's special. And what Moana are doing for my people is very, very special. So I'm grateful for that team and grateful for what they're bringing to Super Rugby. And, yeah, they're just leading it with Ardie.
I'm talking about that. I want to talk about Super Rugby and Rob Penny. I mean, the fact you talk about a redemption story and everything he went through last year to become the Super Rugby Coach of the Year, Team Coach of the Year. Unbelievable performance.
It is your second team now, right, Jeff? The Crusaders?
Go the Highlanders. Well, you got the Chiefs in earlier. Come on, Highlanders. 2026 is our year.
We've got representation from them all, Blues too. What does the off-season hold for you? Are the fish running at the moment?
Fish are running. I'm training, sorry, also got to train. But yes, I'll be out of the boat. But yeah, bit of training, bit of family time, which would be nice. And bought a house near you guys. Yeah, went to the address. Yeah, ancient finest, so a bit of that, yeah.
For you, Porsche?
Far no time. I'm enjoying being a wife and I'm enjoying being a mum. Just, you know, those mundane things that we don't get to do when you're a professional athlete.
Yeah, those mundane things now. It's golf. I know we be.
One and done. Here we go. Here we go. Let's go.
Mentally, he is already on the golf course. Thank you so much for bringing these awards to life tonight. From all of us here at Sky, we wish you a very happy holidays. Mere kere himete, Merry Christmas. Enjoy the sunshine. We look forward to doing it all again in 2026. Good evening, and we'll see you soon. Come on, Jeff.
Run away, man.